What if I told you that $1,500 a month, less than the average Social Security check, could buy you a life most Americans only dream about? A housekeeper, dinners out whenever you want, a home near the ocean, no snow to shovel, and no medical bill that can wipe you out. I've spent years around expat retirees, and the truth is, the people living this way aren't rich. They just know which countries stretch a dollar 3 times further than it goes back home. Today, I'm counting down 7 countries where $1,500 a month isn't just surviving, it's luxury. And number 1 is the place almost nobody talks about. Stick around, because near the end, I'll also share the one mistake that ruins this dream for most retirees. Quick note before we start, every number in this video is a realistic monthly budget for 1 or 2 people, covering rent, food, healthcare, and fun, not some bare-bones survival figure. Costs change, so always verify before you book a flight. And if you find this useful, subscribing genuinely helps us keep making these guides. Alright, let's start the countdown. Number 7. Mexico. Specifically, the colonial city of Merida in the Yucatan and the lakeside towns of Chapala and Ajijic, home to one of the largest American retiree communities on Earth. Here's what $1,500 a month actually looks like. A furnished 2-bedroom home runs $500 to $700. A meal at a good local restaurant is $6 to $10. A weekly housekeeper, about $25 a visit. And here's the part most people don't realize. Merida is consistently ranked among the safest cities in all of the Americas, safer than most large US cities. Healthcare is the real headline though. A doctor's visit costs around $30, and major private hospitals in Merida and Guadalajara offer care at a fraction of US prices. Many retirees simply pay cash. The residency path is straightforward too. Mexico's temporary resident visa mainly asks you to show reliable monthly income, and after 4 years, you can convert to permanent residency. Plus, you're a short, cheap flight from the grandkids. The catch? The most popular expat areas are getting more popular, and prices in hotspots like Playa del Carmen have crept up. Stick to Merida and the lake towns, and your budget goes a very long way. Number 6. Malaysia and the island of Penang. If you've never considered Malaysia, this one is going to surprise you. Penang's capital, Georgetown, is a UNESCO World Heritage City where English is spoken almost everywhere, a leftover of British colonial days. That alone removes the biggest fear most retirees have about Asia. A modern 2-bedroom condo with a pool, a gym, and ocean views. $400 to $600 a month. Penang is also considered one of the food capitals of the world. Street food that draws chefs from around the globe costs $2 to $3 a plate. Healthcare might be the best value in this entire video. Penang's private hospitals are internationally accredited. Doctors trained in the UK and Australia, and a specialist consultation runs about $15 to $25. Malaysia has been a top medical tourism destination for years, and your $1,500 budget easily covers a comfortable lifestyle with money left over. Now the honest downside. Malaysia's long-stay visa, the MM2H program, has gotten stricter and now favors wealthier applicants, so many retirees start with long tourist stays or look at the newer regional options. Do your homework on the visa first. But for pure quality of life per dollar, Penang is very hard to beat. Number 5. Ecuador and the city expats call the crown jewel of budget retirement, Cuenca. Picture cobblestone streets, blue-domed cathedrals, and spring weather all year round. No heating bill, no air conditioning bill, ever. Cuenca sits high in the Andes, and about 10,000 North American expats already call it home. Rent for a furnished 2-bedroom apartment in the historic center, $400 to $600. A 3-course lunch, the famous almuerzo, costs $3 to $4. And Ecuador uses the US dollar, so there's no currency risk eating your social security check. Here's the number that gets everyone's attention. Retirees over 65 get legally mandated discounts, half off public transport, discounts on utilities, even reduced airfare on some routes. It's written into Ecuadorian law. The retirement visa requires proving around $1,400 a month in stable income, which a typical social security check can cover. Healthcare in Cuenca is modern and affordable, with many doctors trained abroad, and house calls, yes, house calls still exist. The trade-offs? You're at 8,200 feet of altitude, which some people need weeks to adjust to, and flights back to the States usually connect through Quito or Guayaquil. But if your priority is stretching a modest check into a genuinely elegant life, Cuenca might be the single single best value in the Western Hemisphere. Number 4, Panama and the cool mountain town of Boquete. Panama makes this list for one reason above all. It treats retirees better officially than almost any country on the planet. It's called the Pensionado program, and it's legendary. Prove a lifetime pension of just $1,000 a month, that's it, and you qualify for permanent residency plus a stunning list of legal discounts. 25% off restaurant meals, 50% off movies and entertainment, 25% off airline tickets, discounts on medical bills, prescriptions, even your electric bill. Boquete itself sits in the highlands, so you get 70-degree weather year-round in a town full of coffee farms, flowers, and a large established expat community. A comfortable furnished rental runs $600 to $800, and the discounts pull everything else down. Panama also uses the US dollar. Banking is sophisticated, and Panama City has some of the best hospitals in Latin America, several affiliated with US institutions like Johns Hopkins. The catch? Boquete is popular, so the nicest homes get snapped up, and Panama City itself would blow past our budget. But retire in the highlands on $1,500 a month, and you'll live better than you did on twice that back home. Number 3, Vietnam and the beach city of Da Nang. If you want maximum luxury per dollar, pure math, nothing on this list beats Vietnam. A modern 1 or 2 bedroom apartment, 5 minutes from a 30-kilometer white sand beach, costs $350 to $500 a month. A full meal is $2 to $4. A 90-minute massage, $10 to $15. Fresh seafood dinner for 2 with drinks, maybe $20. On $1,500 a month in Da Nang, you are not budgeting. You're eating out 3 times a day, hiring help, taking weekend trips to Hoi An's lantern-lit old town, and still saving money. The city is clean, modern, and safe, with a fast-growing international community and direct flights across Asia. So what's the honest catch? 2 things. Vietnam has no formal retirement visa, so most long-term expats do visa runs every 90 days or use business visa arrangements. It works, thousands do it, but it's admin you should know about. And second, top-tier international hospitals are in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, so for anything major, you'd travel or fly to nearby Bangkok. If you can live with those 2 caveats, Vietnam delivers a level of daily luxury that feels almost unfair for the price. Number 2, Thailand, the original retirement paradise and still one of the best. 2 very different flavors here. Chiang Mai in the mountains of the north and Hua Hin on the Gulf Coast, the beach town where Thai royalty spends summers, quieter and far cheaper than Phuket. In Chiang Mai, a modern furnished condo with a pool runs $350 to $550. Add fantastic food for $1 or $2 a plate and a social calendar of expat clubs, golf, and temples. And it's easy to see why tens of thousands of Western retirees live here. Thailand's trump card is healthcare. Bangkok's top private hospitals are ranked among the best in the world and receive millions of international patients every year, with prices often 70 to 80% below US costs. This is world-class medicine, in English, at prices you can pay in cash. Thailand also has a real retirement visa, the OA visa for over 50s, which requires showing savings of around 800,000 baht, roughly $22,000 to $25,000 in a Thai bank, or a monthly income around $1,900. The catch? Those financial requirements, annual renewals, and mandatory health insurance mean Thailand asks for more paperwork than its neighbors. But in exchange, you get the most polished, proven expat retirement infrastructure in Asia. And number 1, Indonesia and the island everyone thinks they know, Bali. Forget the crowded party beaches you've seen online. Retirees live in a different Bali, the leafy east coast town of Sanur, nicknamed Snorville by backpackers, which is exactly why retirees love it, or the emerald rice terraces around Ubud. Here's the reality on the ground. A private villa, and I mean a real villa with a garden and often a private pool, rents for $500 to $800 a month outside the tourist core. A full-time housekeeper or cook costs $200 to $300 a month, which means on $1,500 a month, you can live with staff, something that would cost 6 figures a year back home. Massages are $7 to $10. Fresh fruit, fish, and coffee cost pennies. And unlike Vietnam, Indonesia actually wants retirees. The retirement KITAS visa is available at 55 and up, requiring proof of around $1,800 a month in pension income, renewable annually, with a path to a 5-year version. The honest catches: traffic in South Bali is real. Top-end healthcare means Siloam or BIMC hospitals for routine care, and Singapore, a 2.5-hour flight for anything complex, and you'll want good expat health insurance. But for sheer beauty, warmth, community, and what your dollar actually buys, waking up in a villa surrounded by frangipani trees on a social security budget, nothing else on this list comes close. So there's your list. But before you go, here's the one mistake that ruins this dream for more retirees than anything else. They sell everything and move abroad without ever testing it. Don't do that. The people who succeed follow a simple rule: rent for 3 months first, in the exact town, in the exact season you'd live there. Keep your home base until you're sure. The winners treat it like a trial run. The horror stories treated it like a one-way ticket. One more thing nobody tells you: in most of these countries, you can keep collecting your Social Security just like at home, but Medicare won't follow you abroad, so budget for local health insurance, which, as you've seen, often costs less than your Medicare premiums do now. If you found this useful, do me 2 favors. First, drop a comment and tell me which of these 7 you'd actually move to. I read everyone. And second, subscribe, because next week I'm covering the countries you should absolutely avoid retiring to in 2026, and some of them are on everyone else's top 10 lists. See you in that one.